Next in the type of number formatting is the currency number format. Since we are trying to enter the maximum retail price of the books we have in our bookstore, it's appropriate to enter them as currency format. So we already have them in the number format, so we can easily change it to the currency number format. I have selected cells D1 to D5, and you can see here that they are in number format, and I can change them to currency. I can either go this way and then choose currency here, and you can see a preview how it will display if I choose this currency option. So let's say I choose currency, and immediately you can see that there is a dollar symbol that appears before my numbers. And because dollar is the default currency I have in this installation of Excel in this computer, it automatically assigns dollar. But if you're using a different installation or in a different country, you probably will see the default currency in your computer. But these things can easily be changed. I can use Control 1 to open up the Format Cells dialog box. You can also open by clicking this little arrow here in the number area in the home ribbon. I'm I'm using the keyboard shortcut to open it. And you can see here that the currency is the number format that is chosen for this cell because we just now applied it to all these 5 cells. And this is very similar to the number format that we studied just recently, but there are a few differences. You can see the preview here again as we change these things. If I change this to 3 decimal places, but remember that it was 3 decimal places before, but as soon as I applied the currency format, it went to the default 2 decimal places for the currency. And you can control that by changing it. Let's say I want to change it to 3 decimal places, and I can change the currency here by choosing, for example, I'm going to choose English India. Indian rupee will be the symbol that will be used. And I have control over how the negative numbers will be displayed, but I don't have any control over whether I want to have a comma separator, because the currency format by default, you will have the comma in the thousand separator, but for the number format, you have that as an option, but here you don't have that as an option. Now you can control how the negative numbers are displayed, either with a negative symbol, either with a red font, or with a negative symbol after the currency symbol. And also you can choose the negative symbol after the currency and the red colored font. This is how you can control the way the currencies are displayed in your worksheet. And I'm going to click OK here. And you can see here that the 3 decimal places are now handled and they are displayed in 3 decimal places. Now let's say I want to go back to 2 decimal places. I don't have to go through the dialog box again. There is a shortcut here where you can increase and decrease the decimal places just by clicking here. So if I want to decrease the decimal places, I can use this, and this will reduce the decimal places. And you can see that as I'm changing or as I'm decreasing the decimal places, the numbers are going to get rounded, which means the 599.9 now has become 600.0. If I want to increase it back, and you can see that I get back the original number, and that is because Excel, when you change the decimal places here by using these shortcuts, you're actually not changing the data. You're just changing how it's displayed. And I am repeating this many times, and because this is a very important concept to understand, the data is not changing, only the display of the data is changing. So please keep that in mind. And for 599.95, you can see that it's actually 599.95. Even when I decrease the decimal places, it shows up as 600, but it's actually 599.95. So I will put it back to 2 decimal places. That's how we would like to have these maximum retail prices. The last thing I want to cover here is that these cells, all the cells in this worksheet, they are not linked automatically. And so you can have multiple number formats in the same column. For example, I can choose the cells here and apply a completely different number format other than the currency. Keep in mind that all of these cells are not linked by anything. You can use this worksheet in completely different ways, even if it's in the same column or same row. Excel allows us to do that. In this video, we'll learn about another number format, which is accounting number format. So we already have currency number format applied to these cells. And one thing you notice here is that the the rupee symbol or the currency symbol here, it's not aligned. Basically, if you have more digits in your data, then the rupee symbol is going to move further to the left. And here they're not aligned vertically. So that's something which you can control. For example, if I choose accounting as my number format here, you can see here that the currency symbol is actually now aligned vertically, meaning they're all lining up here to the left edge, and the numbers are aligned to the right. And it also defaulted to my default currency symbol, but I can change that easily by going to the format cells dialog box, and you can see here that it's accounting number format, and you don't have a lot of control with the accounting number format. You basically can change the decimal places and you can change the symbol. And let me change it back to English India, and now you can see that the rupee symbol is vertically aligned. Basically, this is what the accounting number format does. It will help you align vertically the currency symbol. So depending on your need, you can choose accounting or the currency format symbol. In this example, I'm going to just keep it as currency. But if you really prefer to keep the currency symbols aligned vertically, then you can choose the accounting number format. Let's learn how to enter percentage data in Excel. Let's say we want to continue entering more information about our books in the bookstore, and the next column of information would be how much profit margin that we plan to have for each of these books. For example, for the first book, I want to set the profit margin to be 30%. That means I will be selling the book for 30% higher than the buying price for that book. To enter percentages, there are three different ways of doing it. For example, if I want to enter 30% for the first book, then I can just type in 30% and I hit enter. What happens is Excel will actually automatically assign the percentage number format from the default general number format. It will convert it automatically. So this helps us to store the data in a percentage number format so you can see the percentage displayed in the data. There are also other methods of entering the percentage information. For the next book, let's say this is also 30%. And I would actually enter zero point 0.3 and hit enter. It is still a number or a decimal number. So if I want to convert that into a percentage, I can go here and choose percentage. And you can see that Excel is previewing 30%. So zero point 0.3 is nothing but 30%. And how is Excel calculating this? So 30 divided by 100 is zero point 0.3. So if you have data in your cell that is zero point 0.3, and if you ask Excel to convert that into a percentage number format, Excel is going to display 30%. So let's try that. And you can see here Excel is displaying as 30%, and by default it adds these two decimals, zeros after that, but we can definitely easily control that. But what you're learning now is zero point 0.3 is 30%. If I type in 30 and then if I change it to a percentage, it gives me a preview. It says it's 3000%. Again, keep in mind 0.3 is 30% and 30 is 3000%. This is very, very tricky. Usually entering percentage information is a little bit trickier than some of the other number formats that we have studied before. So please pay attention to how the percentage data is entered and stored. So far we looked into two different methods of storing. The first thing is you would just type in the percentage as you're entering the data, like 30 percentage. Excel will automatically assign the percentage format. In the second method, you would actually type in 0.3 and then change the percent number format here to a percentage, and Excel will convert that and store 30% in the cell instead of zero point 0.3. And this is one of those cases where Excel is modifying the data that you have entered, but it's still the same number, but it's storing it as a percentage. And now the third method of entering a percentage data would be, I'm going to delete this for now. The third method of entering information in percentage format would be, before you type the data, it's better to choose the percentage format. And then I can type in 30, and as I'm typing you can see that Excel automatically put that percentage symbol in there because the cell is already formatted to the percentage number format. So Excel will append the percentage, and if I'm typing in 30, it is going to be 30%. These are the three ways of doing it. You can enter and type the percentage as you're entering. That's pretty straightforward. If you're entering the number first and then you're applying the conversion to the percentage number format, it should be zero point 0.3, and then changing it to the percentage will become 30%. But if I'm pre-formatting, selecting the cell before I enter the data, if I change it to the percentage number format, then Excel doesn't want you to give decimals. Excel will take the number as it is. If I'm typing in 20%, I'm just going to type in 20. If I want to type in 25, I just type in 25. If you're going to type in percentage type of data, I would recommend that you can select all the cells, change the format to percentage, and then type in information, whatever the percentage is. You don't need to worry about converting it into or dividing it by 100. Also, you don't need to type the percentage symbol every time. Excel will automatically put it. So my recommendation would be pre-format the cell. Select the cells, apply the percentage format before you enter the data. That should be easier for you to enter percentage data. Just like the number format, you can control the number of decimal places you have in your percentage. You can go to the format cells dialog box and change the decimal places, just like you could do for the other types. Also, I'm going to cancel out. You can also use this increase and decreasing decimals to control the number of decimal places that you want to show in your data.